Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, we have a cruise line that tried to do something and got a lot of backlash for it. I'll tell you about that. We also have a cruise line that, have you ever wanted to go and see the Northern Lights? Well, this cruise line will guarantee you will see the Northern Lights, or they're going to give you a free cruise. And then we also have more changes from Norwegian Cruise Lines that almost everybody hates. So the first story is Hurtigruten Cruises. They say if you're sailing along the Norwegian coast between September 26th and March 31st, that's normally the season that you will see the Aurora Borealis out there if you're looking for the Northern Lights in Norway. And if you're on a sailing that's 11 days or longer, they're going to guarantee that you're going to see the Northern Lights. Or they're going to give you a cruise. They're going to give you a 6 or 7 day north or southbound cruise, one of their classic cruise voyages. So, hey, seeing the Northern Lights is a hit and miss proposition at the best of times. First of all, it depends on the weather. If it's cloudy, you're not going to see it. Period. Look at all the people in Alaska. How often do you see, the Northern Lights? Hardly ever, because the weather can be so unpredictable. Well, they're guaranteeing that you're going to see this. Of course, there is some kicks here. It also depends. The people who are going to make that call will be the deckhands. The deckhands will be out on the decks, and they will announce to passengers that you can see it. And it might be 3 o'clock in the morning. So if you're asleep, yet the other, it's out there and you could see it if you were on deck, you're not going to get a free cruise because you're sleeping when it's out there. You could have seen it. You chose to sleep. You see the point? So it can happen 24 hours a day. Well, basically when it's dark, more than that, but you could be sleeping. You could be at dinner. You could be at a show. If it's out there, that counts as you had your chance to see it, so you won't get a free cruise. I'm curious to see if they actually have to give some free cruises away on any of these sailings. But anyway, it's a very good advertising gimmick because so many people want to see the Northern Lights, especially in Norway. It's beautiful and so rare to be able to catch them. So to guarantee that you're going to get it, like whale watching, we guarantee you're going to see whales. It's a nice hook. Congratulations to Hurtigruten Cruise Lines. Now, we also have another cruise line that tried to do something in Australia, and it did not go well because Australia, like here in North America, here in Canada, we have Canada Day. In North America and the United States, you got the 4th of July, right? Well, in Australia, they have Australia Day. And it's a very patriotic day in Australia. Well, P&O Cruise Lines sent out a memo last week saying that there will be no Australian flags and no Australian national anthem and no Australian paraphernalia around the ship because we don't want to make other passengers feel unincluded. They want to be inclusive. There's nothing that says inclusive like making sure you don't let people celebrate what they want to celebrate. I just don't get that. I don't get that. Everyone should be able to celebrate everything, right? I don't care where you're from. If you go on a ship and it's a Chinese New Year and the ship wants to put a Chinese New Year celebration out there, great. All the power to it. It would not hurt my feelings. So I don't understand this. It was a bad call, and the CEO came out of P&O and said, no, change that. We're not going to disallow all that stuff because it was not a good look, and they got a lot of backlash on it for doing it. Well, Speaking of getting backlash on some things, I got a cruise line that's going to get some backlash on this announcement. But before I get there, let me just invite you to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. If you want to keep up to date with all things cruising, from everything in the cruise news to changes that are coming to public policies, from mistakes that are happening to guaranteed sightings of the Aurora Borealis or the Northern Lights. It's going to be covered all on this cruise channel. We'll do the news, we'll do vlogs, we'll do stories that I hope interest and entertain you. It doesn't cost a thing to hit the subscribe button, join the community, and I hope you have fun doing it, and I'll try my best to keep you entertained as best I can. I'm usually pretty upbeat on the channel. Once in a while, I have to get serious because some things just if you know what I mean. But I hope you'll join us again. I really do appreciate it. Speaking of things that goes, this next story is going to be one of those stories because they started raising prices for room service. They started raising prices for gratuities, the largest raise of any other cruise line of the major cruise lines. They raised 20%, way more than the other cruise lines. They also announced they're cutting back services to their stateroom as well. And they also said they're going to cut salaries of some of those stateroom attendants. And then they came out and said, yeah, we're getting rid of some of our shows, and these employees that are entertainers, like in Kinky Boots on the Encore, they're let go. At no notice. Here you go, you're gone in the middle of your contract, or if you were booked to come on the ship, don't show up, we don't need you anymore. A lot of people are not happy with the decisions that Norwegian is making right now. And then this decision just came down. Remember how everyone kind of likes the new muster drill where you don't have to go stand outside and wait around and well, that's coming back now. The old muster drill is coming back to Norwegian Cruise Line right across their fleet, which means Oceania, Region 7 Seas, you'll have to do it as well. You're now going to have to wait and appoint at a certain time. Everything on the ship is going to shut down. All the employees are going to stop working. You're going to have to go up and stand and wait, and hopefully everyone shows up on time for the demonstration that used to take 2.5 minutes. It's going to take you now anywhere from 15 to a half hour or longer, depending on everyone's prompt attendance. So, yeah, another decision that just drives some people nuts, and I'll admit it, I'm going on a cruise. They announced it, and it's effective immediately. I'm on a cruise this Sunday. I'm not happy about the decision, and I will let them know when I'm on the ship, because I don't see the logic or the reason behind it. And some people say, well, you need to know where you're going to go for your muster drill. The new way, you do find out where you have to go for the muster drill. In fact, more people pay attention to it now than they do sitting in a crowded room in a bar listening to some guy talk on the speaker overhead. No one's paying attention. They're talking to the people beside them. It's just the way it is. But yeah, Carnival just came out and said, we're not going back to the old muster drill. And much to the relief of a lot of their passengers, shortly after, Norwegian comes out and says, yeah, we are going back to the old muster drill because we just want to make you as angry with us as possible. So yeah, there we go. Another decision by Norwegian Cruise Line that just has a lot of people shaking their heads at the cruise line right now, just shaking their heads. Well, let me know. Am I out to lunch on that with all the things that they've been doing? From the cut back on entertainment to the raising of prices to the cutting back on services for gratuities and raising gratuities to charging for room service now, including continental breakfast isn't even free anymore, etc., etc., etc. And now the new muster drill is gone, going back to the old ways. Leave some comments down below. I'm not happy with the decisions going on right now, and I think a lot of people aren't as well. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel blogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Till next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.